Today I'm filming the 2021 Kia Stinger GT1. My tester is rear-wheel drive. You can also get this with all-wheel drive, but looking here at this beautiful red exterior color, my tester does have some dark chrome here in the front fascia. This is for the adaptive cruise control with emergency braking. My tester does have front parking sensors. I do like the grille here. There's your Kia emblem front and center. Looking at these headlights, they're going to be a full LED with an automatic low and high beam with an LED turn signal, also with an LED daytime running light. There's also these openings here to put an air curtain over the brake. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section, what do you think about the Kia Stinger here? I think it's a nice looking vehicle, but making our way to the side profile, looking at these tires here, these are Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. They're wrapped in this 225/40 Michelin tire here. These rotors are massive. They're good for stopping power. This does come with 6-piston Brembo brakes. I do like the multi-spoke rim setup here. It's a nice set of wheels. I find them to be really attractive. There's more dark chrome here at the lower part of the fender there. Even on the mirror cap, there's an LED side marker. My Tesla does have a moonroof. Kia does not offer a panoramic sunroof, but making our way to the rear here of the Stinger, looking at these taillights, they're going to be a full LED with an LED turn signal, an LED reverse light with an LED brake light. There's your Stinger badge here, which I do like the font of how they have it spelled out, your GT badge. And looking down here, there's going to be rear parking sensors. The rear diffuser back here does look aggressive. It's going to be quad tip exhaust here, which sounds pretty good from this 3.3 liter that my tester is. Kia does offer this in a 4-cylinder, just in case you don't want to go for the V6. And unfortunately, the liftgate is not power. It's not a power liftgate here. But looking here at the cargo capacity, Kia says you get 23.3 cubic feet of space. If you fold down the seats, you have to go through the back doors and pull the lever. Kia says you get 40.9 cubic feet of space. So just in case you wanted more cargo, you have to just fold down the rear seats. And underneath here, Kia does offer a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. So I'm sitting inside the interior here of the 2021 Kia Stinger GT1. Looking at this interior, nothing has really changed for the 2021 model year. Kia has just kept it the same, but shutting the door here. To start up the GT, just put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button right here. My tester has Kia's 3.3 liter V6. Looking at this interior, is a nice interior. I like this head unit here. This does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It does have a nice clean resolution to the screen here. I do like this floating tablet style design here. But looking at the door panel material, it's going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. There's just aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seat. I do like the leather here on the actual door panel with the stitching. Nice grab handle here. It is one touch up, one touch down for the driver and passenger, but one touch down for the rear windows. Your lock controls, mirror controls are going to be here. Over here, some more controls here for the dimmer switches, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, also for your fuel cap opener. My tester has a power tilt telescoping wheel. It does have a good amount of adjustability. There's even these paddle shifters to house through that 8-speed automatic transmission. Visibility out of the Stinger here is really good, but out of the rear there, you guys can see the visibility from the rear is not the best. We're going to talk about that in the driver impressions. But the upper part of your dashboard is going to be leather material on the dashboard with stitching and whatnot. Like I mentioned, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's these 3 circular air vents here. I do like there are extra hard buttons here for radio, media, sync, track, your hazard button there, map, navigation, your favorite button, and also your setup. This is dual climate control. I do like the big knobs here. Putting the Stinger into reverse, you guys can see there's a backup camera with trajectory, distance markers. Kicking over here to the left, there is a manual mode. You can cycle through your own gears here. Like I mentioned, it does have an 8-speed automatic. Putting it back into park, I do like the leather around the shifter there. Over here is going to be a 12-volt USB, also a wireless phone charger. I do have the 11 Pro Max, and my 11 Pro Max does not fit in the actual wireless charging pad area here. And you cannot close this back. You can force it closed, but with it to physically close, it's not going to fit because you're going to bend the cord here that you're using to connect to the Apple CarPlay. There's 2 cup holders here. I do like the aluminum trim here, electronic parking brake. Your drive mode selector here, which shows you sport, custom, eco, and smart. We'll talk about the drive modes once we get into the actual test drive. There's an auto hold, stability control. It does have 3-level heated and cooled seats. There's also parking sensors, also automatic start stop. You can turn that on and off just in case you want to save a little bit more fuel. There's additional storage here. The center armrest here is slightly padded. Once you open up the center console here, it's going to have a shallow amount of storage with this tray there. The dashboard here is going to have this material, and I'm not sure what kind of material that Kia used, but it does feel really nice. It is soft in certain areas, but the glove compartment, it does have a nice size to it and is lined with felt. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. It does have the GT badge there. I wish they would have actually put a red to show that this does say GT, because it's black. You really can't see it if you were looking for it. It's semi-aggressively bolstered here for the seating, but the seats are supportive. They're 3-level heated and cooled seats. And above, my tester has this moonroof. Kia does not offer a panoramic sunroof on the Stinger. And up here is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin, a sunglass holder. But like I mentioned, Kia has not changed anything for the 2021 model year, but the Stinger does have a nice interior. Sitting in the back seat here of the 2021 Kia Stinger, looking here at the legroom, Kia says you get 36.4 inches of legroom. There's going to be 2 mat pockets back here for storage, rear air vents with a 12-volt, also with a USB port there. And you cannot sit a middle passenger here. Maybe if you don't like them, they can sit here, because since my tester is rear-wheel drive, this drivetrain shaft does get into the way of the middle passenger here. But if you don't like someone, you can definitely sit them in the middle here. But shutting the door back, the materials does continue from the front to the back. Nice soft touch material with this aluminum door handle, nice grab handle here, nice area to rest your elbows. And I'm 5'8". I do have about a good inch or 2 of headroom here. If you're over 6 feet tall, I recommend sitting in the front or to be the driver. And that moonroof does let some light into the back seat back here. My tester does have this black interior, which Kia would offer like red seats or something, maybe on a different trim level. But pulling this armrest down here, Kia does offer 2 cup holders and a nice area to rest your elbows. Let's take a look underneath the hood here of the Kia Stinger. Let's see what powers this thing. Kia offered this with 2 different powertrains. They offered this with a 4-cylinder, which makes 255 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. If you're looking to have a little bit more performance, I wouldn't recommend going for the 2-liter. I would recommend going for the 3.3-liter V6 that my tester has. This does have GDI, which stands for gasoline direct injection. This makes 365 horsepower, 376 pound-feet of torque. Is a twin turbocharged engine here. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and as the Stinger sits, it weighs 4,000 pounds. Fuel economy is rated at 17 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 20 combined. So starting off in the 2021 Kia Stinger GT, my tester has the company's 3.3-liter V6. It makes 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with a beautiful fast-shifting 8-speed automatic. And my tester is rear-wheel drive. Kia does offer this with all-wheel drive for around $3,200 if you wanted the all-wheel drive system. But rear-wheel drive, it feels more playful, honestly. I haven't driven the all-wheel drive system, so I'm gonna leave my judgment for that a little later on. But this being rear-wheel drive, it's super fun, and the back will switch its tail a little bit. It will basically get tail happy. Fuel economy in the Stinger here, which is rear-wheel drive, is rated at 17 in the city, 25 on the highway, and 20 combined. So it does get good fuel efficiency on the highway at 25 miles to the gallon. But this thing is really good. If you're tired of BMW, if you're tired of Audi, if you're tired of Mercedes-Benz, and you just want a Korean performance car, the Kia does offer that. And just in case you don't want to have that V6 that drinks a lot of gas, because this thing is pretty thirsty. I've been averaging around 14 miles to the gallon, which is not good, because the EPA suggests that you get 20 combined. My apologies. You're supposed to get 20 combined, but I've been averaging around like around 14 miles to the gallon, which is not good. But I have a heavy foot, so I like to dip my foot into the throttle here. And the Stinger will pick up speed really fast, and this car does have really good passing power, all from a V6. It's really fast, smooth powertrain. It delivers the power just fine, and this is just in comfort mode. I haven't even switched it over to sport mode or anything, and this is just only in comfort mode, and it performs like it's in sport mode, which is good. But just driving the Stinger here, it's quiet in the interior. The steering feel is really playful when it's in its comfort setting. Of course, when you switch over to sport, it's going to have a little bit more heft to it. The visibility out of the Stinger here is really good from the front. I do like these side mirrors here. My Tesla does have blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, lane departure warning. But the visibility out of the back, like I mentioned from the interior scene here, it's not the best. It's the small window, so that's maybe something. Well, that's something I do not like, because I could barely see out of the rear window here just looking back. But Kia, they should fix that for the next generation Stinger. But switching this thing over here to its sport mode, even in sport mode, this thing is still quiet. And this thing, like I mentioned, will get tail happy in sport mode, even more tail happy, because even in comfort, it wanted to get a little squirmy there. But let's pull off here to the side, and let's just floor it from here. Oh yeah, the Koreans can definitely build a fast car. Like I mentioned, if you're tired of the Germans, you should definitely put the Stinger here on your list. If you guys heard that beeping sound, that was for the lane keeping assist. Like I mentioned, this does have Kia's driver's assistance, which includes blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, emergency braking. So it does offer all that. And the 8-speed automatic that's paired with this 3.3-liter V6 is really fast to shift. It's a fast shifting transmission as well. The seats in here, they're supportive. I do like the way how the bowstring feels. I wish it was a little tightening, a little bit more tight, but I could fit in these seats fine. If you're a wider frame, then this wouldn't be a good seating position. So you guys have to try the seating position out if you have a wider frame. I'm not that big, but if you guys wanted to try the seating position, you have to definitely do so. But the seats in here, like I mentioned, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I do like that it says GT here in the actual headrest, but I wish they would have changed the color. I wish I would have changed the color. Excuse me. I wish I would have changed the color, because it's black. You can barely see it because the seats are black. So Kia, maybe a red GT badge in the seat, or maybe you guys can do it at the market as well. You can probably check into that. But steering feel is still playful, but it does have a little bit more heft to it. But using the paddles here, I wish the exhaust had a better sound to it. I could barely hear it. It does sound muffled, but you cannot go wrong with the performance. Like I mentioned, 365 horsepower from a V6, 376 pound-feet of torque, which is really good numbers, honestly. And Kia says 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, which is really good. I've seen it as fast as 4 seconds. But this thing is really good to drive. You can also make this thing a daily driver, even though this thing will sip a lot of fuel if you have a heavy foot. Just in case you don't want to go for the thirsty V6 here, Kia does offer a 2-liter 4-cylinder that makes 255 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. And I know the gas mileage might be a little bit better because that's a 4-cylinder. And with the 4-cylinder, you might offer a little bit more, it will offer a little bit more gas mileage instead of this thirsty V6. This does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I do like the floating style screen here. Overall, the interior is really nice. They haven't changed too much for 2021, but the Stinger does ride really good. I just wish the exhaust made a little bit more noise, but that's not a breaking point for me personally. But I wish Kia would offer a little bit more crackles, a little bit more pop to the exhaust. But overall, the experience here driving this thing is really good. But like I mentioned, if you're tired of the Germans and you wanted something else, you have to put the Stinger on the top of your list because it does offer great performance. Also with great warranty as well. It does offer 10-year, 100,000 miles powertrain warranty, also 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, something that the Germans do not offer, but they do offer great warranty as well. But you will not get the best warranty in the industry here from Kia if you go for the Germans, because they just don't offer that. So after spending time with the 2021 Kia Stinger GT, if you're looking for a Korean performance car, the Stinger has your name all over. Just in case you don't want, just in case you're tired of the actual Germans like BMW, Audi, Mercedes, the Kia here does offer great performance, just like the Germans do as well. I drove the Kia plenty of times before, and I'm always impressed with the Stinger here. So how much does a Stinger cost? Starting price here for my tester is at $45,490. It does have some optional equipment, which rolls in the red paint, the carpeted floor mats, also destination. My tester has an as-tested price at $48,015. I would like to give a special thanks to South Dade Kia for providing me with the 2021 Stinger GT. If you're in the market for a Stinger GT, you can come to South Dade Kia and they'll get you to a new, used, or pre-owned vehicle. I hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2021 Kia Stinger GT. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews, and please keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.